Hello there, and welcome back to another video here on my wonderful booktube channel. If you are not familiar, my name is Tina or Christina, whichever one you prefer, and I do videos talking about books, reviews, reading vlogs, and all that fun stuff. So if you're into stuff like that, make sure that you stick around. In today's video, I wanted to share with you my 2024 reading journal setup. I want to share how I went ahead and set this up and just give a little flip through of my 2024 reading journal. I'm really excited about this because I did set up a reading journal like a couple of years ago, but I really didn't use it much because I didn't really get back into reading as I had hoped. But this year I'm already using it. I'm really excited. The new year's already begun, so I know it's going to be a completely different strategy, and I love the way that it is set up. So my reading journal is a notebook from Archer and Olive. It's A5 and the pages are blank. I'm not a huge fan of dot grid. It has started growing on me a little bit, but I definitely prefer lined pages or blank pages. So I went with blank for this one because some of the things that I want to do are make spreads for certain books that really I enjoy, or do some watercolor in here. And with Archer and Olive, the pages are definitely thick enough to do some watercolor and fun things. Disregard my cat meowing in the background. So I just want to go ahead and give you a quick flip through of how I set this up, and we'll go from there. All right, so opening the page, we get to the name page. I still need to fill this out. I haven't done that, but I will go ahead and do that probably after this video. But my first actual spread is a 2024 calendar page. So it has all of the months for 2024, and I'm really into space. That's one of the things that I really enjoy. I love learning about space, talking about space, anything that looks like spacey and stuff like that. So I have this really cool washing tape that I got from Amazon that I used on here. It's really thick, and I love the moon in particular, so I wanted to put the moon there and stuff like that. But I'm using these calendars not only to just have like a calendar of the year here, but also to track my reading. So if you see down here, I have a little key that just has this marking here. It means that I read that day. So I've been keeping track, and as you can see, I've already read every day this year except for the first. I just kind of let myself, relax, hang out with my kiddo that day. And but I think it's just going to be a great way to see like all of the days that I do or don't read for 2024. Next, I get into my reading goal progress. So this is going to be across, two different spreads. I have this one here, and then if I turn the page, I have it again here. And my goal is 10 books a month. So that's actually 120 books, but I put 140 just in case I, do a little extra. So this goes up to 140 so that I could just do it across, 4 pages, 2 double page spreads. But I have a key here, and when I fill it in, I will be marking it, coloring in the box based on the genre. And I do have more genres to add here, like sci-fi and stuff like that. So I will be adding some more genres here, but I wanted to color code it like that so that at a glance it's easy to see, the types of books that I read, and you'll see that I already, started doing that here. So the first 2 books that I read for 2024 are thrillers, and then the second 2 are fantasy. Now, number 3, actually, I was gonna do half fantasy, half romance, because it's like a romantasy that I read, and that's what I should have done. So I'm kind of like bummed that I didn't do that, but I know, and that's something that I'll definitely do for the rest of these if I do some more romantasies. I also have these symbols here. So the star means that it was YA. So my second book was a YA thriller, and then the asterisk is that it was middle grade, because I do also read a good amount of middle grade. So if it doesn't have a star or an asterisk, then that just means that it was adult level. But that is tracking my reading goal progress. And then I just have this stamp here in the corner. It says books are my love language. Absolutely. And I have, went too far. And I have another stamp on the other spread that says the book is always better. It's a little bit like faded in the middle, but I think it makes it look really good. So then the next spread that I have, this one also goes across another set of 2-page spreads. This is to actually fill in the names of the books that I read and color it in. I think I might do a different color key for these ones just so that I can like maybe do some darker colors or like different colors so that it's just not all the same colors throughout. But as you can see, like these are the books that I've read so far this year. So I read The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, The Lost by Natasha Preston, Divine Rivals, that's the one that I was talking about, is like more of a romantasy that I read. And then I'm currently reading One Dark Window. So that's not done yet, but I've put it in there since I'm already working on reading it. So I'll just fill out the titles as I go through and read them. It's a great way for me to see like what order I actually read things throughout the year and also be able to keep track of the titles. And now that I think of it, maybe I'll actually color all of the books for 1 month in one color so that it's easy to see like on these shelves how many books I read in the month. I might do it that way. But yeah, so then turning a page, I just have some more of these set up here. Now, on my next spread, I have the A to Z challenge. So I guess that's just reading a book that starts with each letter of the alphabet. I already have some filled out here that I want to read for the year or already have. So Divine Rivals, I already read that, so it's on there for D. And I am currently working on One Dark Window. I do plan on going through and actually like filling out the rest of these and just kind of going through the list as I get to them. Now, when I wrote the title, it did get kind of messed up. I didn't have enough space for challenge and I wrote it kind of messy, so I'll probably like come in and cover that up with a sticker with a better written challenge. The next page, we'll just turn it around like this because this is going to be tracking my reading stats. Stats are not like totally important when it comes to reading, but I am a stats person. I like numbers and data, so I want to kind of know how each of my months was. So I have each of the months listed down here on the side, and then I'm going to be tracking how many books I read, how many pages I read, how many 5-star reads there were that month, how many books I DNF'd, how many books I DNF'd, what audiobooks I listened to in the month, and then what books I actually read on my Kindle as opposed to a physical book. But those are the stats that I will track for each month. And then turning the page, now we get into some of my releases that I'm looking forward to for this year. So I just kind of put each of the prints. I printed the covers onto a sticker paper and I just cut them out and put them in here. So I love the way that this looks. And then I have this really cool washi here. But I love the way that this looks. I am going to be doing a separate video on my anticipated releases that I want to read or am looking forward to this year, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And I did this kind of Dutch door style because I knew that I would need more space. So I have 2024 over here and releases over here, but I can turn this page to get to the rest of them. And then of course I have a couple of spacey stickers here. And then I have space or room to add anything else, like if I start a new series or something like that, and then I find out that there are new ones coming out this year or even January of next year, I can kind of make note of those. So that's that. And then the next spread, I do want to read some classics this year. So these are 8 classics that I'm really interested in reading. 1984 has been my favorite book for a long time. I do enjoy dystopian novels, but I want to reread that, and then I want to read some other books here. I've obviously read 1984 before more than once, and I've also read Of Mice and Men, but I remember really enjoying it, but I've only ever read it once, so I do want to read it again this year. And then I have Little Women, Pride and Prejudice, The Secret Garden, Animal Farm, The Old Man and the Sea, and The Scarlet Letter on here. And then there are definitely a lot more classics that I want to pick up, but these are the ones that I hope to get to this year in 2024. And then turning the page, I get into my series TBR. This is also Dutch door style so that I can have all the series that I want to at least start in 2024. Not necessarily read all of them, but hey, we'll see how the year goes. I'm definitely the type of person, if I get into a series, I kind of like to just keep running with it. I don't want to pick up something different in the middle of a series unless I have to, because the next book is out, so we'll kind of see how this goes. But I will also do a video talking about the series that I want to read in 2024, so we'll go into that in more detail there. But this is what the spread looks like in my reading journal. And then turning the page, I have my spread to determine my book of the year. So I have all of the months on the left and right hand sides. Then I'll pick the favorite between those 2 months, and then I will pick the favorite between these 4 months, and then that's how I will drill into my top book, my favorite book of the year. I did it like this because then I can easily see what my top 3 books of the year were, and then what that top #1 spot is. And then my next spread I have here is for nonfiction reads. I have a goal to read 6 books that are nonfiction this year, probably around space, psychology, things like that. Those are things that I'm interested in, history. So I will just kind of keep track of what books I read here, maybe write a little synopsis about them. And then I also have personal development books here because I do enjoy reading books like that. And my goal is 12 personal development books. So that's essentially 1 book per month. And then again, I will just list out the books that I get to as I get to them. Turning the page, I have 24 books I want to read in 2024. I just have the mini covers here. On this spread, I will definitely be doing a video talking about these, so we won't talk about what is listed here, but that is one of my favorite spreads, I think, that I set up in here. I think it looks really cool. And then I just wanted to do what my star rating system means. So if it's a 5-star, it's something that I absolutely loved. I will highly recommend it and would definitely read it again. It blew my mind, either from an emotional perspective or just a mental perspective, or it blew both. 4-star is, a good book. I enjoyed the story, but it wasn't my favorite. It didn't absolutely blow my mind. I would probably recommend it and I might read it again. A 3-star is an okay book. I got through it, but it wasn't, very impactful to me. And it is something that I still might recommend. A 2-star is something that I didn't really enjoy, but it's not the worst, and I probably won't recommend it personally. And then a 1-star, I didn't like this book, but I did finish it. I will not read it again, and it's like read at your own risk. And then, of course, DNF. I will not rate the books that I DNF, because it just means, I couldn't finish it. It wasn't ill. I couldn't do it. And then I just have this sticker. It has a quote from The Merchant of Venice, and it says, "With mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come." I thought that was great, to just stick it right there. I like that quote. And then I get into my monthly setup. So I have January here. Again, January is already underway. So I just have my TBR listed here. I've got 10 books on there, and the star ratings, and I can check them off as I go. And then I plan on just doing, and then I have a calendar here, I should mention that, and I'm tracking like when I'm reading each book, across what days, and then how many pages they are. And then I'm going to be doing like spreads for, some of the books that I read, the ones that are impactful, during the month as I get to them. So that is my 2024 reading journal. I hope that you enjoyed going through that with me, just seeing how I set up my reading journal for 2020-24, how I've been using it so far, and just getting a little flip through there. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm really excited about having a reading journal that I'm actually using. I'm excited to keep on using it and continue reading. I'm so excited that I rekindled my joy of reading. And you know what? Now that I'm like going through And flipping through this, I didn't show you this spread. I think I missed it somehow. The pages stuck together. So this is for my 5-star reads of the year. So I'll go in and I'll probably put images of the book covers here on sticker paper and just stick them in. So good thing I was going back through and flipping through it, but that's a page that I forgot to show you. But yeah, I'm so excited about this. If you enjoyed this video, if you just want more book videos and all of that fun stuff, make sure that you go ahead and get subscribed. I'd absolutely love to have you here. And I just want to say thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And I cannot wait to see you in the next video. Bye.